Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today we're looking at R-ECO Plus. This is how to set up, play and review video. This is just for the original game, but I will be talking to you in a separate video for how to play the other game too. So basically you're a contractor or you happen to be like the manager of a company who's responsible for separating the garbage and aiming to basically keep the city as clean as possible. This game takes place in a suburban area. If you are watching this as a short, please make sure you watch the full video over on YouTube as well. This is over on TikTok as well as Threads and also other places such as Instagram. So there's 4 different types of recycling. We are also going to end the game as soon as one of these decks runs out. I'll show you how that works in a second. But what are we recycling? Well, Japan is very much known for its recycling. Cardboard, tin, home appliances and plastic. This is also known as containers. Containers is blue. Now the other versions of this game had things slightly different such as paper. So we have that red location. The red items being stuff such as tins or cans or metal. Home appliances are in white, so you're going to take one of these things out this side up. For the other game, you are playing with this side, okay, the recycling symbol. And these values start in this order. So 0 at the top, then 1, 2, 3, -2, 4 and 5. Aim of the game is to get the most points, and that represents you being the best company to, of course, win the contract for this suburban area, and then you, of course, play the other game, which allows us to try and be profitable. So there we go, we've got our 4 things out. What we're doing now is, because there's no cards up here, we're going to shuffle up the deck, which I have sleeved. Check out my sleeving playlist, and you're going to place out 1 card down the bottom here. So right now you can see that what we're doing is we are looking to try and collect various cards. Once you've played 4 of these icons up the top here, you're going to take this card, 4 or more. So as you can see, sometimes they have one set of icons, and sometimes they have 2. Now, confusingly, they choose to have 2 up here, which is really annoying. But as you can see, there's 1 up here. This has got a double. So there's a few doubles. I think there's 2 for each different color. And what you're looking to do is play some cards. So everybody is going to take some cards each, and you're going to have at most 5 cards in your hand. Any more than that, and you'll be discarding cards because you are going to be doing illegally dumping stuff. Everyone's going to take 3 cards. Oh my goodness, I randomly just did this and I ended up with 3 cards. But in a way, this is a great example. So I actually have exactly 4 items. So I'm going to play as many cards as I want. So I'm going to play these up here, which gives me this card. This goes into my hand. Now what happens is these cards, as it has been exactly enough to get this reward, I take this card as well, and I'll score myself 0 points, which as you can see is useless. But now this is more interesting because you get 1 point. So reveal the next card, and it happens to be this card here. It's the next player's turn. This is a 2 to 4 player game, ages 8+, and it takes 30 minutes to play. So imagine it comes back to my turn. Again, we're going to make sure we randomly get some cards here. Let's go in the center. And I don't know, again, I've got my first card. I've only got 1 card now. So I could go, I don't know, it's worth 1 point. I'm going to place this up here, which is not necessarily a good idea. I've got 2 things towards needing 4. I take just 1 card. But someone else might do something else. They might play 2 cards here, because imagine they picked up 2 cards. Again, randomly dealt out. This had been shuffled. And now what they do is they take the 1 card, and then suddenly you're going to replenish. So this, of course, would have had an extra 2 cards because it's 1 plus the amount of things up here. We have 2 cards up here, so this would have had 3 cards. And imagine it's my turn again, and I imagine I happen to have, I don't know, some more red things. Let's say I had this card here. So I've now got 4 things. I've now got 3 cards. Again, I would have taken this as well. And suddenly this gets replenished with 1 card. Remember, hand limit of 5. So in this case, let's say I played out some reds or whatever I've got. Let's say I've got a white good here. So this sort of wouldn't have worked because it needs to be white. So this is quite a bad example. Here's a white played out, and now suddenly I could try and get this if I wanted to. In this case, I would take this card, and of course you replenish it. So this goes down here too. And now let's say it's back to my turn. I've got these things. I've got to go somewhere that suits. In this case, I don't know. I don't really want to do this, but I take that into my hand. This gets replenished. I don't have anything suitable. So next say I play just a single green. The reason I don't want to play 2 green is somebody else might have 2 green and take 0 points, which at this point doesn't matter. So let's say I place this, I take this, and now we go again. So this now gets 3 things out. 1, 2, 3. And then it's back to my turn. Let's say, I don't know, I'm playing a 3rd thing. I don't really want to do that, but my hand limit isn't exceeded. We now bring out 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now it's back to, let's say it's my turn. I know I'm close to my hand limit, but I can complete this now because I have got 4 icons. 4 icons, it clears off, I get myself 1 point, and I get this 1 card. And because it's blank up the top, you bring out 1 card, n+1. Let's say it's back to my turn. I've now got enough to complete this one. So I complete this one to get this 1 card, clear that off, and now you bring out 1 card. I've got 2 reds, I don't know, let's say I play 2 reds to get these 2. As you can see, I'm not yet illegally dumping, but let's say I could illegally dump. There's still nothing going on here. I've got 4 things here that would have cleared off. Didn't clear that one off. I don't know, let's just play this to get this. That gets replenished. And let's see, actually would have had 2 cards coming out here. And then it's back to my turn. Let's say I complete this. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can go exceeding that. And suddenly I get all of these cards, which in a minute is still fine. But here's an example. For some silly reason, I do this. It doesn't complete it. I don't want to get close to doing this. I might want to do this, but I take 2 of these. Now I'm going to have to illegally discard cards. You take a card and you put it down face down. The minute doesn't make too much difference, but let's say I lose the red card. It goes next to you, face down, just, you know, over here, let's say. But the whole point is I had to legally card. I'm going to lose 1 point in the game, and also, or per round, and game. And also you've got 5 cards at maximum you can play with. So this is how the game's going to go. And as you can see, you're trying to win these points. Points are getting better and better, but then you get -2. So suddenly you don't want to be playing many cards. So you kind of want to be careful of when you play cards. Do you want to make sure that you're close to that limit, like I said, of trying to win that card? Because if you're playing out 3, there's a good chance that someone's probably got a 3. And winning only 1 card is probably not a bad thing. But if suddenly there were 4 cards that they were going to be winning, then they have a risk that if they've got a large hand, if they're only playing 1 blue, if they've only got 1 blue, then they're going to be taking lots of penalty points, and it's probably going to be exceeding a single point. So, sorry for that confusing run through. I do recommend watching this a second time, just to kind of see what I'm getting at here. The crux of the game, though, is on your turn, you must play 1 card. You must play 1 card up here, and you must always take whatever is down the bottom. Regardless of how many cards you place up here, you're always taking the bottom cards. If you exceed a hand limit of 5, then you will have to take some illegal dumping, which is going to lead you to penalty points, 1 point per card. And you need to be aware of the fact that if you go through this, again, you've got to hit that -2. And once all of these of 1 set is gone, you're going to flip it over. Sorry, you're not going to flip it over. The game is going to end. But yeah, the other game to play is the company game. So this is R-ECO Plus, 7.8 rating for me, much higher than average. A 6.4 is my average rating for over 2,700 games. Highly enjoy this game very much. Very simple, has a lovely kind of ebb and flow to it. And yeah, very effective. Really good. Like I said, apologies for quite a few missteps in that teach. And by all means, let me know if it is worth a second review or a second video. But the crux of the game is you're playing a card, taking down the bottom cards as well. Like I said, watching out for your hand management, and also being aware of the fact that, you know, you can spend more than you need. It is very straightforward, but as you can see, it is an interesting kind of teach, an interesting premise in how you're doing so. And yeah, that is the game. Like I said, it's been very close. Ties are friendly as well. And like I said, I very much like the idea, the premise of it, the theme, the setting as well, and the idea that actually these sleeves do fit very well into the box. Just about. You do need to shove it slightly, but they look like they're fine. But when you have enough in here, they do end up kind of not all fully fitting in, but just about. The lid does kind of close. But thanks very much for watching. I like the art as well. This QR code does work as well. Thanks very much for watching again. Like I said, enjoy the game, R-ECO Plus. Thanks again for Z Garcia from the Dice Tower, who's had it in his top 100 at least twice. Definitely recommended. I was surprised how much I enjoyed this. And this is by Hobby World. Back to the table.